and weird feet. First of all, they give you a cloudy conversation. Oh, I'm gonna have a student advisor. A student advisor that fucking robs you. Yeah. She has the whole spider and the wasp. And you...
And the wasp. He said, and the wasp.
This is it. Okay, so what have you guys been up to? Wait, back up.
Right. I brought my notes out too. We were supposed to do an intro and all, but now this is off the cuff.
10 steps to start a business, 3 steps to run it. The first step is believing in yourself. So tell me what's going on for you.
Alright, so shit. A lot of stuff is going on. Where do I begin? Let's start simply with the most time consuming thing that's on my schedule right now, which is school. And boys wasn't trying to let me graduate. I only got 10 credits because I have a bio lab instead of a bio class. I mean, I gotta pay that $7,000. I don't know if you ever been a college kid. If you had $7,000, you might not even went to college. But that's besides the fact. I got it down to about 3. And now I am.
What did you do so that other people can know? Because this is a problem with. This is one of the reasons why I have a problem with universities. They don't stop asking for money, and for people who are first year college grads or what they call those?
You're talking about the first generation.
First generation college issue. I had the same issue with them. When you have these issues, it seems as though they like suck the life out of you by charging these exorbitant weird fees. First of all, they give you a cloudy conversation. Oh, I'm gonna have a student advisor. A student advisor that fucking robs you. It pisses me off all the time. I know you can't talk shit about them.
No, definitely can.
But there is a problem with colleges. They rob first generation students, they rob people that don't know, and they don't have systems in place to make sure that the student don't get overburdened with high tuition fees. It's not even tuition costs, it's tuition fees, penalties. This all type of foolishness that they has mastermindedly invented to oppress us. Read a fucking book. Just read a book.
Yeah, like,
I'm glad you got through to it, but $3,000 is still what you owe.
It's still. I'm still working on it, and I mean the best way to do it is just communication. I'm not even talking about like staying in constant contact or being buddy. No, I'm saying like I called, I emailed, I texted, I followed up, emailed, I follow up called, I follow up texted. It took everything away from what I was trying to focus on school. And as a student, you're supposed to be able to focus on school, do what you gotta do, and be okay. But truthfully, if you worry about the financial aspect, then that's a whole separate load of stress that you're putting on a student. I basically told them straight up, like, if you tell me I gotta make $7,000 by the end of the semester, and I'm already in debt, then how could I be a full-time student and not a full-time worker this semester? It was impossible. So
it just made me cringe. It just really made me cringe because you sort of need it for upward mobility. At the end of the day, these certificates by universities,
papers.
I leveraged it. They may have gotten easy through university because their parents had the money or whatever you're not. So it's a different experience for someone who doesn't have sort of the financial backing, and they're trying to elevate themselves. So I think universities is going to evolve.
I think so as well.
Universities is going to evolve. Google came out with a couple certifications that you can do, such as project management and those type of things. Cisco has always had certification. Universities.
Oh yeah, so I mean, I was gonna say that actually got me thinking about another topic. Just thinking about kind of how I might have to pay for college, but I'm actually really not planning on paying for my loans. I'm gonna be as frank as possible. This is my podcast. I'm gonna talk my shit, but I'm gonna be taking all the steps I can to make tuition free, to make affordable healthcare. I'm voting my ass off this year, so like literally, I'm taking all my steps needed where I need loan forgiveness. Just know, as a student, who is currently $20,000+ in debt with another year to go, they not getting that out of me. No way. Not possible. So
what else is on your mind? What's going on?
I was gonna say, what you been up to though? Don't try to put this.
No, it's you. I told you I'm here for consultation, and you were taking 10 minutes.
Alright,
so far.
Okay, well then the next thing we should talk about. I kind of touched on the voting.
Who you taking to vote?
I mean, I'm going to vote for Kamala and them. Again, I told you, I'm focusing on that all the shit that goes on behind the scenes because we as Americans put too much power in the hands of our president by glorifying him. Just like we did with Obama when we thought he was going to be able to change all our powers, not realizing that he was working against a Senate majority. And the Republican Senate, because they have the majority, can pass whatever laws they want to. But truth be told, we have the power to take that away because we can, in fact, vote on Congress. We can, in fact, vote on a lot of these things.
I'm curious to understand how many young people are going to vote themselves and how many young people are going to take their cars, take the buses, and rally people during this time to go and vote. Because right now, everything is being done to
suppress.
"Quote unquote suppress."
Don't quote that.
I'm just saying.
That's a fact. Well, unquoted from blacks. Yeah. They suppressing the black and poor vote.
And we were talking at the center the other day about this tactic. We posted it like segmentation is a thing. Last campaign was so different. Compared to now, we notice a lot of angling of the conversation for Latino votes. There's a lot of angling with this guy and the Latino votes is the primary focus of the Republican campaign, and the story of how that administration has treated that community in particular is very questionable. We have DACA on the table. We have what happened in Puerto Rico after the hurricane. What are those, and why is this? Why are we such a forgetful set of people that we don't realize when somebody or something is trying to silence us?
You know what? That's actually a very interesting point that you brought up. Before you got here, we were talking about the murder hornets.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That actually goes right into what you said. We are the most forgetful nation. We will literally do injustices at home and then wake up in the morning and be like, yo, that country over there wildin', man. Let's go over there and beat their ass. Like, bro, I think as a nation, we are way too forgetful. We don't put enough importance on, let's say, actions.
Team building.
Exactly, like things that people can rally behind, like you said, like voting. We don't support those things enough and kind of make those things staples. I do think that's kind of, I'm not gonna say it's waiting away because I don't know. I don't think people was doing it right before. I don't agree with that.
I think maybe our generation has
short attention span.
It's the short attention span. I don't know if we're rallying enough. We wanted as a center, we are looking at people that we can say, who is the next person that's out there talking about our rights and our abilities to uplift the community? Who is talking about small business development? Who are these people championing these conversations and really have an image around who?
You don't know anybody?
I don't.
AOC.
I'm talking Rochester, dude. What's going on? Who is my
political activist in Rochester?
The person I got.
This is one thing. So that's what I'm saying. It takes a while for people to figure out what they want, and that's why I love the business you do, because it gives people opportunity to start from a place where they love and grow and become learned, become more grounded, and that's why I think that the next political activist is not someone my age. Unfortunately, it's not. My generation came up right in the middle of technology. We are in a weird phase. We are the people that they're gonna look for the vote. for the next 20, 30, 40 plus years, we are the target demographic. However, the people who are going to be making the changes are the people that are younger than me, and there are actually people that are a little slightly older than me. I think that we are, honestly, we are the creative generation. I think we need to stand out more in that there are going to be chunks of us who want to take our stand by just saying, yo, I'm not going to work this 9 to 5. I'm about to go home, I'm about to grind my business, and I've been seeing that all around. Everybody I know is starting some sort of way to make money doing something that they love instead of working for the white man.
But when we started the campaign about entrepreneurship, and we just, instead of taking the dollars and doing like our own promotion, we took the money and we did promotion of entrepreneurial conversations. So like people didn't know that the SBA has a whole program that's the Small Business Administration about entrepreneurship. And instead of us coming up with the content ourselves, what we did was take that money and funnel into promoting that content to the community. Right now, if you look on our Facebook, it's something like about 400 and much times.
Wow.
And it's only been a week.
Yo,
and it's a 40-minute small business administration training on how to start a business, thinking about small business, thinking about passion projects, and taking your idea to the next step. Our focus as Zero Center is to identify those individuals who have a voice and who are willing to express that voice positively to benefit the community.
That is, again, like I said, with the voter, that's going to be everybody, because with the age of social media and with just with people being creatives in their own right, that's giving themselves a voice, an audience, and people that they can influence. And from there, that is honestly our greatest strength as a generation, that we have the real world skills, a lot of us, because we're already that age where we started working at McDonald's.
Very fast.
Yeah, exactly. So we have that ability to adapt, and we've been adapting our whole lives. Is what we do. And in that regards, we are going to take this internet by storm, this world by storm, especially after this corona thing. The technology is going to be to a level that allows us to do what we want without relying on the inherence of, bigger organizations, bigger businesses, white people.
COVID-19 and technology. Remember a few months ago we had this conversation about innovation and changing, and how we have to rethink our business and we have to rethink how we do stuff.
We've predicted that we will be here today, for sure.
For sure. And the technology is there. We know that we can do videos well. They're ramping up in the back end in terms of allowing us to be able to collaborate.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Everybody wants to develop a small business all of a sudden, but whatever. Go ahead.
So I'm curious about how the processes will change to adapt, because I think we're at a bottleneck now in terms of we have people, and the people are working. We are all working. Me and you here, we're at our homes. We're working out still from home because we're trying to avoid contacting coronavirus. And we are changing our business, right? And the technology is adapting to changing that business. But you know what's not adapting? Processes. Processes are not adapting. You find that you can't get a lot done with the government because they have all of these even universities that we touch on.
That's what I was gonna bring it back to, because
it's so,
my university is so bent on doing things the way they are. One of my professors I'm academically suffering from one of my professors because it's a professional selling class. He has to work face to face. You're selling products, right?
Why?
It's Corona. Like, you're 70 years old. If I cough on you, you won't sell again. You will be like, let's not do that. But, right, the processes are not catching up.
The processes are not catching up. And so you reach this point where you're like, okay, I'm ready to move, but you're not moving. The classrooms now, so I'm fortunate to have younger professors, and I dropped the older professor. I'm sorry, but here is why. process is important. And when you're talking about interacting with other people and collaborating, you cannot force a person to bring harm to themselves. You have to respect the fact that that person is taking steps to not be on campus, because that environment may not impact that person, but in fact their relatives, their partners, they go there, somebody cough on them, then they take back the virus and it's on the other person. Why are you mandating people to come to class? Why are you mandating people who don't come on campus to take COVID-19 tests? That, or even are you going to force them to take vaccines too when that's not something that they want to do, a religious issue? Why is the process not catching up with how we as people are starting to move and to dance, you know?
Yeah, that's a great question. Like just everything, the growth that we can and we could have experienced during this time is being hindered by a lot of the processes. I mean, you gotta think about something that's hurting everybody. That's STEMI, baby. That stimulus package was supposed to have been here. In fact, if any of the processes were working correctly, even the government processes, which maybe they don't deliberate for 4.5 months because
the government said, "Oh,
we work. You
go deal with it."
Right? Like basically, like, nah, this still 1800s government, bro. I don't know what y'all thought. We still got to do everything through this way, and it's affected all these people, millions of America. We could have experienced the economic growth. It was literally the whole course of this week was just slowed down by process. If I could have went to the office, talked to my guy Mike, that's always there, that knows Uncle Brian, he knows my uncle, he knows me. I walk in there, he's gonna be like, "Oh, let me pull up your ID number, let's get you going." But in this, we don't have that ability to communicate. They didn't forward his number to me. When I called the office, I was able to talk to who was there. That was it. It took about 3 hours to even talk to him. Like,
they don't even answer the phone. They're like, "Oh." I'm like, wait, back up. This is a computer, right? You're sitting in the office. Right. If somebody bings you, you could just say, "Hi,
right.
How are you?" As a matter of fact, I'm expecting that I could just log on your website and just see everybody who is collaborating.
You know,
Blaze, why are you giving us all this time for talking all things apart from your consultation?
This is all. This is my part of my consultation. My consultation is getting content. That's what I need. I need this content.
All right. Well, you All right, what we discussed. We've been through it. We do segmentation, universities, and growth hindrance due to technology, not with the process not being followed up. Talk about your business now.
All right, let's talk about my collaboration opportunities.